Hello everyone, Reese here. God, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Reese Gain Reacts. So as part of my 10th anniversary celebrations in the film music industry, I thought it might be a good idea to go over some of my old projects again. So I did this for Riff a few years ago, and now we're going to do it again for my 2017 film, You've Known Me 7 Days. So here we go, and I'm going to react and try and recall what I can remember. So here we go.
This way.
So the opening scene with Anil and Kia,
Rogers,
and this
get the
is
cuffs off him.
where Benedict as well. This is where Anil is quizzing
So, where
Kia's
were you last
character
night,
on the
Jason?
disappearance of Mark Bowers.
Answer me. Where were you last night?
Just sorting out some bits and bobs. Why?
You see this guy here? Mark? He's been missing.
I remember
since
that
last
photo
night.
actually just being
Yeah, I know
printed
him.
on the day,
That's
and the
guy
blood
brought my
is sort of
sister to the
implying that
prom that
he's
day.
maybe done
You think he
something,
is responsible
and
for
then
your sister's
it's going to
death? Hence why he's been on the run.
cut
Tell
back
you to blame.
to showing what life was like
Take it away. It was you.
pre-Mark Bowers, but obviously Jason is still blaming the police for Laura's demise at the end. But now we're sort of going to go back to the very beginning, when it all started. There's Claire Mackenzie, and there is Sophie playing Laura.
Hey Laura. Kirsty love, how you doing? Yeah, I'm alright, thanks.
I would say this is probably the happiest minute of the film, but I can remember doing this in a lot of takes
Love it.
at Anil's house.
I'm just leaving now.
Messing up the blinds was a big thing.
Want to put some extra makeup on?
I was still new to it, I think,
Brandon.
sort of. I'd only been doing it for 4 years, and this is the first appearance of Elliot as Mark.
Oh, aren't you nicely dressed? That will make a nice change. Get a grip.
Back off, Mark!
You tell me to back off again and you'll never hear the end of it.
Very, very good there. So we played this out in a sort of college environment. So obviously this is about an hour after he's just seen her in the street, to which is then shared. I can remember actually sort of doing this whole morning and afternoon shot in one day. It was quite a very, very
Laura, my
quick
lovely.
kind of
Have you
process.
checked Facebook today?
And again, this all of the
Should. Okay.
bullying scenes were filmed on the same day as well. And one thing I vividly remember is
Kirsty,
that
this has
day
been
we
happening
did
for
the
ages
scene,
and ages and
all
ages, and
of
I'm really
Laura's
getting to the edge
scenes,
now. What should I do? Right.
without
listen to me,
Kia.
Laura.
Our
need
sound
to
guy
go and
Dan,
tell
who
the
did the
police.
sound
I'm really worried
for the
about you.
prison scene at the
Do
start,
it straight away for me,
passed
yeah?
away, and so we sort of
Bye.
dedicated this film to his memory.
Really gone out.
And now the only comedy bit where we say that the new recruits are useless. Yeah, well, we just needed a bit of comic relief in there.
Hello?
Hey, Pete, it's Laura.
Hi, Laura.
So
how
what
you
you're now
doing?
seeing is Pete as a
Not
close
good,
kind
actually.
of
I'm
friend
actually
of
being
Laura's,
harassed
so
online.
Okay,
going
Laura.
kind of against
Don't worry.
what the normal
Listen, do you
procedures
have
for
any details?
reporting bullying are.
Well,
She's
I
going
have
to see
no
if
idea who posted the
Pete can help her.
photos.
Obviously, Pete is a detective
Hey,
as
listen,
well.
I know it's late, but is there any chance you can do anything about it tonight?
I'll be around tomorrow and we can have a chat. I'll just go and log your call.
But
Thank you so much
I
for
sort of
getting this
sensed
sorted
around
for me.
this time that
officer? Not really.
we needed to
Here's one of my friends
have
that's been
more kind
harassed.
of.
I need to...
If I could go back and change one thing now, I would have like
He's okay,
Elliot
he
looking
seemed
through
a
the
bit upset.
window or
One of
something.
those.
And if you watch the outtakes, we do this about 5 times because I could not stop laughing for whatever reason. And this is quite an emotional bit for me.
Hey sis.
Again, done in about 30 odd
Okay.
takes, I think.
Yeah.
But the chemistry between these two was just
I guess.
brilliant,
Okay.
and
I just wish I was stronger at handling
it was just a
these
joy
things.
to watch this moment.
I know it's been hard the last
Slight
few
issue
days,
with the
but
sound,
it's
which
been
obviously we
together.
needed fixing afterwards, but
Alright today.
only by the grace of God really this scene survived, because the sound on the first edit was awful, but luckily we managed to
Sounds brilliant.
re-record
After school, but
and overdub some of the audio afterwards.
Yes.
And then the music just felt, I like the way the music fades in, and I always wanted to have Elliot come out of the bushes in the dark, and this is kind of where it sets the tone.
Oi! You tell me to back off again and I'll kill you, girl. You understand?
I like that bit. Now this bit was quite interesting because we did film the bit where she overdoses, but we decided to leave that bit out. And there was also a voiceover as well that Sophie recorded, which again we also decided to leave out because it would have been much better just telling the story over the writing of the letter that Jason discovers, which you sort of see happen afterwards. So, and then it cuts. Then we bring in the police again.
DI Barnes here. Get an ambulance down here straight
And
away.
now this next bit is very, very poignant to me because the rose was very. I can't remember where we actually got the rose from. Maybe Kia will know better than I. But the fact that Kia got all dressed up like this to do this, again, we filmed about 3 or 4 different takes, at like 3 minutes long. But I said to Kia, just improvise, just run with it, and this is what we managed to come out with. My only problem with this bit is the music carried on for a long time after. It should have cut when we see after Elliot's grabbed Sophie by the neck. I think it should have cut there.
You're my little sister.
But the film was an absolute roaring success. I mean, we had, I think, 1,000 views within the first hour. We had 35,000 views by the end of the week, or weekend, 3 days after. And we was due to be on like Australian radio, doing a podcast to promote. It was going to be used on a BBC documentary, which never happened. I still don't know why to this day that documentary never happened. But for a while, the film kind of boomed, and sorry about the noise there. It was our biggest success we've had still to this day. And I just want to thank everybody 5 years on that took part in that. It was a great time. Obviously, miss you, Dan, very, very dearly. And that film will always be dedicated to you. If I could go back and do it again, would I? Potentially. Who knows? But I think that film sent a real statement of intent and kind of basically saved my career. Because before that, I was kind of just doing milk tray adverts and not really getting anywhere. But when You've Known Me 7 Days was released, it kind of put me back into the fold as somebody who was taking their craft quite seriously. So I'll always be grateful for that. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.